Okay, can you see my screen?
Tell me more.
Yeah, dude. Okay,
What?
so this announcement from Honda, which is the coolest freaking thing ever, because I wouldn't ever picture it from Honda,
No.
but it's so cool. So I'll read the headline. We'll get into it. Honda Civic Si FE1 is a $55,000 race car that you can buy off the rack. It's crazy. Comes with all that
So
stuff.
it's legit a race car.
It's a
not
turnkey race car.
It's not Honda being like, oh, we made a race car, and then they just made the seat belts red. You know?
Right.
Like some of those, the performance edition.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Third Pedal Podcast. I'm Jacob.
I'm Zach.
And
Welcome
thank you for
to the
joining
show.
us today. Yeah, we're
for joining.
remote. Obviously, we're back in the Zoom days. We thought we'd have a nice little throwback to 2020. But no,
Such a good year.
Yeah, golly. But no, couldn't find time to get together in person, so we're gonna do this. Thank you for riding with us and being patient as we didn't get an episode out last couple weeks. A lot of stuff going on, but that gives us the opportunity to accrue way too much content that we need to talk about. So
many memes in the group chat.
This might go
It's
long.
insane.
Yeah.
This might be a little long.
Yeah.
But we
anyway,
missed you guys. We wanted to get back on here, and
Yes.
so much to talk about, so much fun stuff. So
Yes.
excited to be live, but not live.
live but not live. I love
Live, but not
it.
live. Excited
But
to be here.
anyway, man, so I think you got a whole bunch of notes that you wanted to go over, and then we've got some
Yeah, dude.
messages on Instagram that I kind of wanted to bring up. So I don't know, do you want to hit
Sweet.
the first thing you have in here interests me because I saw the engine for this for sale this last week on Marketplace. Somebody's selling like a whole driveline thing for like pretty cheap. And I had thought about it for a split second for the Porsche, and then I saw you posted it, so I want to hear more about it now.
For real, for the caddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we might have talked about this in another episode. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But I've just seen some of these go for sale now. I'm in some car groups and some dealer groups and things like that. And just to like appreciate the Cadillac CTS 4 and 5V Blackwing. Like,
Okay.
it's just for 2022 to be coming out with I think it's a twin turbo V6 on the one. Someone correct me.
Oh, wow.
And a V8. So the 4 is the 6 and the 5 is the 8, which
Yeah, those numbers make sense. That's crazy though.
makes sense. But
So it's a twin turbo V6 in one of them, and then what? Just one of the LS and the other one.
I believe so. Yeah.
Interesting.
CT4V. I know we're not. We don't want to Google stuff during, but I want to just 3.6 liter V6 pushing out 472 horsepower. That's in the CT4V Blackwing. Those start
Interesting
around
that
60K.
the twin turbo 6 cylinders are seeming to become more and more popular.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
I'm guessing it has to do with fuel efficiency, things like that, especially in today's fuel climate. So it makes a little bit of sense. But I mean, let's be real, guys. If you're buying one of these things, even if it's a twin turbo V6, you're not getting good gas mileage.
Yeah, that is awesome.
You're punching this thing everywhere you can.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because you got a 6-speed manual, right, to the rear wheels.
Mhm.
In a modern car with all the modern tech and everything. You got your 6-speed manual to the rear wheels. You got almost 500 horsepower in the lower model. Higher model is, I believe, quite a bit more. CT5V Blackwing. Yeah. 668 horsepower.
Oh, okay.
Out of the rear wheels. So this is basically everything you wanted in a Hellcat Charger because it comes in a manual. It has tech from 2023, 2022. You know how they go.
Yeah.
Has like new tech. Like they've updated the interior since 2015. Dodge. So it's such a cool sedan. Like
that is
we talked
pretty
a little
sweet.
bit. I think we talked a few episodes back about the Chevy SS that sedan that they had. This is basically the recreation of that. The final.
Okay.
The final push, and GM has kind of done this a few times, right? Because they had the Pontiac. I got a neighbor with a Pontiac G8 GT, so that was that first LS sedan with the manual, rear wheel drive, like high horsepower type of thing. And then they made that into the once Pontiac died, made that into the Chevy SS, and I think that was until 2016. And then now Cadillac's taken over with the CT4, CT5V,
and they
Blackwing.
look great.
They look so nice.
So cool. There's a all blacked out one. That weird. I shouldn't say my town. There's oopsie. Yeah, I'll honk it. But there's a blacked out one that drives around that I've seen a few times, and they just look like proportioned really good. They kind of they remind me of the B9, I think, like S4s sort of, in their proportions and everything. They're about
in
that
the size and stuff.
So they're not big and like chunky like a Cadillac. Like they're really small and nimble. I didn't know they had this kind of power plant behind it though. I figured they put an LS in it, but I kind of thought it was a tamed like LS for the sake of LS. Kind of like when they put like a big LS in like a Yukon or something, where it's just it has it just to have it. That is cool though, that there's this interesting little twin turbo V6 putting out over 400 horsepower in it. That sounds like a fun. That engine probably has a ton of potential. I mean, obviously LS is an LS. You're gonna have fun with that. 600 horsepower. That's great. But like it almost is more intriguing to me to get into this V6 territory, because that sounds, I don't know, like a unique little monster. And then wrapped in the whole, I mean, the Blackwing package is super neat on those, and it looks like they got big Brembos and a pretty aggressive suspension setup and like all that. I think there's 6 pistons up front for the brakes, and they're huge. Like we just like big. I said, just saw one like 2 days ago in town, but man, that's pretty sweet. So, okay, don't sleep on that. And then you got something in here which I need to call you out on, because I'm curious now, because you say. The C8 Corvette has just enough room for a golf bag, and I hated that until I started golfing, and now I want one.
Okay, so
tell me about
it. I kind of made fun of the C8 Corvette. You know, if you guys have seen it, I think one of their advertisements in the trunk, I guess you call it, it's that little space right behind the engine in the back.
Oh yeah.
They're like, and it's just enough room to fit your golf clubs. And the guy's putting his golf bags in. And I'm like, guys, stupid retirees, and they're golfing, and your white New Balance shoes and jorts and stuff like that. You know, you dork going taking your Corvette that you're gonna keep in the garage
held.
for the next 25 years, and then try to sell it for $100,000. Anyways, so that was, I was like, whatever. So anyways, I golfed for the first time last weekend, and now I'm a dork. I'm like, I want a C8 Corvette because I want to fit my golf clubs in the back.
Stand up, let's see your jorts.
I do have shorts on. I do have a solid pair of jorts and some white sneakers. I might have to go to the Chevy store and get myself a Corvette.
Go test her out, kick some tires. Dude, like there's this dude, I used to watch his videos, but he'd go into dealerships and just like make dumb offers on stuff, and he was really funny. Put on like a wig and glasses and stuff. Anyway, long tangent, but that'd be a pretty fun. That'd be a fun little short video thing to do. Do like a Ross Creation style thing. Just go in. Hey, I'm looking at a Corvette. Bring in your golf bag. I just wanted to see if it would fit.
And then I'm just like, it's the biggest golf bag ever. I'm just like,
it'd be like that time we went mini golfing with an actual golf bag.
Dude, I thought of that. That was so fun.
I'll see if I can find a photo. We can paste it in here. But yeah, for those, I tell the story real quick just so people know.
So we got all fitted. This was, well, we were both living at home at the time. We were teenagers.
It was near the end of us, right? It was like at the end of high school. Like we were not super young.
Right. It was probably like the year before you moved out, is my guess.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So we got all fitted in like full golf gear, like tucked in polos. I think you had a visor. Right?
Yep.
And like fitted up. We got the nice dress shoes, and like I think we had pants or dress shorts or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah.
But anyways, and then we went mini golfing, and we brought the golf bag and everything. Dude,
and we like every hole too. We were like sitting and like ironing it up and doing like the practice swings,
the little golf squat.
Yeah, we played it up pretty good. I think we golf clapped for each other too, didn't we? Every time we're like, really quiet little.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Hey, we should go golfing sometime. It's actually really fun.
Yeah, it's my brother-in-law's really into it too, and that's the only time I've ever enjoyed it. Is I went once with him when we went up north with a family thing, and I was like, I had never correlated like swinging differently, doing something different. It just always kind of seemed random to me. Yeah. And then he gave me a few tips, and then it got predictable, and I was like, I get it now. This totally makes sense.
That's when it gets exciting. Yeah, I went with a couple guys, and they were pretty good, and so I just went up there like, I'm like, muscle. I swing the golf club. I hit ball far.
It's
like baseball batting.
Yeah.
And then
just
you
digging
see
into
like,
the earth.
Yeah, you see like someone, whatever. So there was a guy who played through. We let him play through behind us because he was going so fast. He's just kind of a skinny little guy.
Yeah.
And he gets out there, and it was Jake. It was Jake actually. He gets out there and just does a perfect warm up, whatever, or like backswing, and hits it, and the thing just is like. Just rockets. Just goes forever, perfectly straight and everything too. And then I get out there, and I'm like gripping this thing, like bending the golf club, and I'm like, bah, and hit it, and it just goes bing. Like, shoots over to the left, shoots over to the right, or I get a big dent in the grass. So,
oh my gosh,
there's a lot of there's technique to it.
So two things.
Can't muscle through everything.
one you just called it a dent in the grass, so that's kind of funny. Not a
Is that what it's
divot.
called? Oh,
No,
divot.
it's a
Okay, sure.
divot. It's just funny. Dent, very car term. Also, welcome back to the Third Tee Golf Cast. I guess this is what we're talking about.
We talk about golf now. Cars were cool.
Donnie,
Cars
you're
were
going to
cool
be
for
very
2021.
thrilled. I'll have to get Donnie to listen to this episode because he'll appreciate it up to this point.
I mean,
he'll appreciate the rest, but he's into the golf thing. We should have him on and talk about golf. We could take the best cars to golf in, get his feedback on it. But
hey, Chevy. Proposal.
Hey, Chevy. Hey, Chevy,
like
invite us to your U.S. Open event.
Yeah, right. T Woods there. Great guy. I love me some T Woods. If we could have 3 C8 Corvettes just for the day.
Yeah. Nothing crazy. Just a day.
Good advertisement, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Great media
we get them out
opportunity.
there. We're going to hit the back 9. People say that.
Yep.
And we're going to just do some golf. And we'll show the performance of we'll use the Corvettes as the golf golf carts too.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You'll be in it the
Oh
full 6 hours it takes us to get through 9 holes. The Corvettes will be in frame, and we will not hit them with golf balls. 100%.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna hear back.
We will 100% of the time. We will try super hard to not hit them.
Yeah.
No promises. This was performed on a closed course by professionals only. See terms and details for more.
Please do not try it home.
But anyway.
So anyways, I like the C8. I think it's cool.
I think it's good too to like acknowledge. We had somebody send in, like we did that the Stitch challenge or whatever on TikTok to say, hey, like post your cold starts. Like we had that one guy post one. That was obviously the V8 version of it. But to get some love and like it's like retrospectively been like, hey, we've talked about like a lot of cars. We haven't talked about Cadillac stuff kind of at all. It got mentioned a couple times here and there, but it's like an honorable mention. Like, hey, we see what you're doing. We appreciate what you're doing. Keep doing it, kind of thing.
Yes.
Like everybody else is. I was looking at that last night. I was scrolling through the automotive news, and it's shocking to me. Like we were making jokes at the beginning of this podcast, like not this episode, but the podcast about like, oh, electric cars, they're going to be everywhere, blah, blah, blah. And like now, dude, like more than half of the articles on my news feed for automotive stuff is all like EV stuff, EV everywhere. It's crazy. Like how often it is. So then to hear that they're doing this is pretty cool. I actually have a fun, so to set, if we're done with the Cadillac thing, I have another thing to say that kind of goes in this direction. So I sent this article over. I pulled up my computer. You don't need to pull it up. I'll walk you through it. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Tell me more.
Yeah, dude. Okay. What? So this announcement from Honda, which is the coolest freaking thing ever, because I wouldn't ever picture it from Honda. But it's so cool. So I'll read the headline. We'll get into it. Honda Civic Si FE1 is a $55,000 race car that you can buy off the rack.
I thought I said off the track, which
so did I until I just read it. I thought I read it wrong. So this came out like 2 days ago. This article came out. They just announced this. So this is a turnkey race car version of the Civic Si that you can purchase directly from Honda. 55 grand. Like that's 55 grand. It's not nothing, but for a brand new, completely specced out race car, this is amazing. So I'm going to read some of the details from this. I'm shocked. It just seems really, really cool. Like I was reading more and more. This got me super pumped about it. So
that's crazy that you can just get it. Like it's not like you're buying it from HBD or you're buying it from a secondary tuner or whatever. Honda's just like
from the OEM. It's from the Honda Performance Development Department.
Oh, that's HBD. Okay, so you are buying it from HBD.
Oh, is that what HPD stands for? Didn't know that.
Yeah, Honda Performance Development.
That makes sense.
I'm going to correlate and assume that that's what that means.
Yeah, no, the rest of it kept saying HPD, and I started being like, okay, I guess I just won't know what that word means. Okay, so Honda Performance Development. So, okay, let me read the specs on this, though. So it's got their 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. Okay. So the cool part about it, though, it's got a tuned ECU that allows selectable levels of power to meet different racing classes based on whatever class you want to race it in. So you can dial the thing in, and I'm assuming if they've got that in there, they've already got it spec'd out and approved. So you can choose your class of racing there, which is kind of cool. Wow. They do not provide power figures, which is kind of frustrating. From the factory, it comes with a Borla turbo back exhaust to breathe better and sound like a proper race car, which is cool. It's got a 6-speed manual transmission, which is great. It's strengthened, so it's ready for race. And it's equipped with a Cusco Racing limited slip differential. So it comes with all of that already. The body, here we go, is basically it's off of the chassis of a Civic Si, but it does not have a sunroof at all. Does not have any soundproofing, insulation, underbody coating, or seam sealer. None of that. Just a raw chassis. Wow. Comes with a FIA spec roll cage installed.
What?
It also comes with a 16-gallon fuel cell.
Dude.
It has the adjustment built-in dampers, front camber plates, camber adjustable rear arms, rear toe adjustable arms, Willwood 6-piston brake calipers, 2-piece slotted rotors, stainless steel brake lines, and it comes with the Enkei RPF1 17-inch wheels from the factory.
Wow.
Which
That's
is
insane.
nuts.
They just took someone's whole shopping cart for their new Civic Si and just put it on already.
And it's only 55 grand. Because if you bought a brand new Civic for what? The Civic Si has got to be close to 40, right? Like mid 30s?
Yeah, I'd assume top of the line one, yeah.
Easily have. It's like they did the work for, they don't make you pay for all the interior and all that stuff up front. They just keep it and then they take the price off the car. It's so cool.
Right. Well, think about, so you got cage.
Yeah.
You got full exhaust. You got full suspension, full wheel set.
Full engine management.
And engine management. That's tunable.
So, and then
flip of a switch.
This gets further. Let me read the last piece here. So then it comes with a bunch of race gear. It includes do you say OMP or OMP? I think it's OMP probably.
OMP, yeah.
OMP racing seat, 6-point harness, quick disconnect steering wheel, racing window net, a Motec C127 dash logger, and fire suppression kit. It's crazy. Comes with all that stuff.
So it's legit a race car.
It's a turnkey race car.
It's not Honda being like, oh, we made a race car, and then they just made the seat belts red.
Right.
Like some of those, the performance edition.
It's
and it's
so
got
cool.
50 extra horsepower. It's like
so
legit.
They take a $25,000 deposit now, and then when they deliver the vehicle, the other $25,000. But that's nuts. Like a $55,000 race car, all ready to go, all the equipment that you need, stripped, caged, ready to go for multiple racing classes based on how you select the knob and where you put it. Like, it's crazy. I thought this was the coolest thing ever.
That is so awesome.
Didn't expect it at all. And if we scroll through, I'll show you some of the images here. I'll put them in the episode too. This is obviously all liveried out. It just comes in white, I guess, because it's all stripped and ready to go. But like, I love the look of the new Civics. But look at this thing.
It looks like, so nice.
From the factory.
Come on, dude.
I'm very confused, but I'm so pumped. Like, I want one really bad. And 55,000 seems like a decent, like you could easily get, this is like awesome for grassroots people. Cause like
100%
to get 55,000, let's say you get this, you get the other gear you need, the tools, the trailer, everything like that. Yep. Definitely below $100,000, you're into a completely done race car, an entire racing setup. And to get that, that sounds like a lot of money, but like to get that to like throw some sponsors together and get this together for a race season, that wouldn't be that bad. Like I bet you're going to see some of these in like endurance racing series. For sure. Definitely in like I would imagine, you know, if you're going to spend close to $100,000 on a like factory C8 Corvette or something like that, if you're going to go buy like a car at that level, you could get the ultimate little track rat thing that's going to have so much fun around the track.
Now, here's a question. Is it street legal?
I don't think so. I don't know that for sure though. Nothing in here is exclusively not, other than, you know, it would be intense for a street vehicle, but I think it is. I mean, it literally is just a dedicated track car. And the same that like awesome, you can do this from other manufacturers. Like you can buy factory ready track vehicles. I know they used to do it with WRXs and stuff. I think you could do it with a few different Chevy and Dodge vehicles too, but like at this price point and this accessible to be like, hey, this is something people can just do. I thought this was so freaking cool. So
yeah, because you can actually, so if you just, I looked at this for my car actually. You know, all car guys are probably the same. I want to say, like, you buy a car, when you're shopping for that car, you look at the absolute like pinnacle of what that car could possibly be, right? Whether that's your modifications or what the manufacturer makes. So, Audi actually does this too. Turnkey track car. Hey, cookie settings. Can you get off my screen? Sure, except it's fine. Audi will do a RS3 MLS. LMS, sorry. RS3 LMS.
Sure. Yeah.
And it just, have we talked about this before?
Mm-mm.
Not to steal your thunder with the Honda, but here,
no, it's, I mean, this is going to be a completely different bracket.
So,
that's so cool.
That's
rad.
From Audi.
How much does that cost though?
Is
it one of those that you have
carbon
to ask
fiber.
You can't afford? Oh no.
It's all carbon. It's got full cage.
Before we scroll it all, let's guess. I'm going to go, I think it's a $200,000 car.
Yeah, over 100%. I would say like 150.
I could see like maybe a 210 figure. Let's scroll through and see if they say it in here though.
And realistically, if you're getting a new Audi, if your budget is $200,000 for an Audi and you want it to be capable, are you going to buy an R8 or are you going to buy like a track ready RS3, which is faster,
Mm-hmm.
Probably looks cooler, I think.
I think it
I
looks
might be a little
way
biased.
cooler. Yeah.
Fast to the top. Yeah, so it's TCR category
Okay.
racing.
Oh yeah,
So
because
it's
like BMW does that. Like a lot of different companies will do like the TCR thing. So that's what's cool about the Honda one though, is it's not this. It's not this class at all. It's meant literally for the, like, you're gonna go do the Skip Barber Racing School or the SCCA Tracks Across America, which I don't want to take away from this at all. But
no, that's like
it's just
way
so
more
different.
accessible version
Yeah.
of something like this.
It's the starter phase for this.
Totally, because this is
Find
like
find me
like
the price though.
class.
I want to know what this will cost us to get in.
Just looks nuts. Okay.
That's beautiful.
You know what's funny is it's underpowered. An RS3 comes from the factory with like 400 something, and this is 340 because they got to tune it down for that power class.
Oh, interesting.
See, RS3 sedan 400 horsepower, RS3 LMS 340. So they tune it down.
So weird.
And it's front wheel drive, not all wheel drive, because that's for that class.
Because that's a TCR class.
Interesting. Yeah.
You have to ask. Can't afford it, pal.
Yeah, it looks like that's what it is. It's 100-liter fuel cell, twice as much as the standard RS. So this, I'm guessing this is like time attack 24. Well, that's what LMS is, right? That's the long endurance racing kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How freaking sick does that look though?
That looks so good. It's like look at the wide body
speed. Yeah. So I looked at this to try to find if I could just get this kit. Like,
that'd be sweet.
Get the wide body kit, because that would look so awesome.
It is a full wheel wider than your car.
Yeah, that's
insane.
That's my 9-inch rear wheel. That is how wide the body kit is.
That's insane. Nuts. Anyway, so I thought that was pretty sweet coming from Honda.
Yeah, that's awesome though with the Honda that you can get just a turnkey race car.
Right. That for not like, again, I don't want to minimize what 50 grand is to people, but like literally, like, you could go buy, like, put it in this perspective, you could go get like a Camaro SS, or you could get a race ready car from Honda. Like, that's nuts to me. That's
like you said with the C8
nuts.
Vet, or anything in that lane, like anything that you would take on your SCCA tracks and stuff like that.
What's an RS3 come out at? 60? What does that cost? Yeah, so
around there
for about the same price as that. Granted, completely different vehicle, completely whatever. But if you're getting something that you want dedicated for track stuff, I mean, I don't know. It seems really cool. I was pumped to see that for under 6 figures, almost half of what 6 figures would be, you could get into something that, start cheap. You have the open trailer with the extra set of wheels. You don't even need an extra set of wheels. Well, I guess you do if you're having a crazy track weekend, but like that could be for people who are like entering retirement or whatever, like in a lot of different phases of life. This could be like a really interesting way to like get into racing a little bit.
Yeah, it could be the beginning or the end of your race career.
Right.
However you spin it. But I was going to say something about that. As far as rating that in like a miles per gallon type of thing, that's pretty high. I mean, to have fully kitted out race car.
Yes.
Like and the thing that like we didn't even mention, you mentioned it obviously in reading it, but like mentioned in like, rather than like, sure, you could buy an SI and you could get the suspension and the cage and the management and stuff like that. You're probably going to spend about the same amount of money at the end of the day putting it all in, unless you do it. It'll probably be more
because you're paying for interior stuff you don't need, and Honda is going to charge you for that. They're basically for all that equipment. It's probably got, between even just the safety equipment, it's about $10,000 of safety equipment that they tacked in there. So that would bring the whole price down to 45. But then they have a race tuned engine and all this and a stiffened gearbox. And it's like literally like they costed it out and said, well, let's not charge them for the interior stuff and all the soundproofing and the deadening and the labor. And it feels like they took it out and they're actually being super fair to the consumer, because they easily could have said, oh, this is now an $80,000 car because it's the price of a car plus all this. And now we have to,
but they're not selling it as like a luxury. As like a So, but the thing that you couldn't necessarily do with like off the shelf, but like a regular Civic Si that you want to do all this to is they removed all the sound deadening, like they didn't put it on the panel seal gapping stuff, like all of that stuff that adds weight. Like sunroof, I guess you could get a slick top instead of a sunroof, but even like the undercoating, like all of that stuff, all of the weight saving to get it down there. Like, I bet if you bought that one off the shelf and then a SI that you did the same stuff to, that one's still going to kill it on the track.
Right.
It's just
it's set up for it.
It's so
awesome.
Cool.
But anyway, so that's cool news coming from Honda, which is pretty neat. I never thought I'd say that sentence, but here we are. Welcome to 2022, where everybody's making EV cars, but Honda's out here making race cars. But anyway, so that was my Honda thing. I thought that was pretty cool. But
that's awesome.
I want to hit, we've got some messages that we super appreciate everybody. You guys have sent in messages, comments. We'll reply to them individually, but I want to do a better job of like filtering all those in to try to figure out how they can fit into actual episodes. Cause you guys bring up awesome stuff. So I figured maybe the end of this episode, let's run through, I'll bring up our Instagram inbox. If you can bring up TikTok on your phone or your phone's recording.
Yes.
We'll run through.
I can pull it up I have TikTok logged in.
Yeah, if you could, we'll just see if there's any messages we can cover there quick. There's a few videos that were shared. There's one that shared specifically that kind of ties into some stuff that we were talking about. Somebody sent in a good beamer. Somebody found a good beamer for us. That one I'm going to save. I appreciate it. I want to call out the name real quick. Oops. Logged out of my computer.
This is new. Okay. Select the two objects that are the same shape.
Okay, so one of them, Tim, I appreciate the message coming in. You sent us a good beamer thing. However, I'm not going to use it yet because I want to wait till we do another good beamer, bad beamer. So we'll save that for a little later because it's hard to find the good beamer stuff, and you did. So thank you. But then we got a couple other things that I want to get. And then, we're going to have to end. We got 10 minutes left in our meeting, so let's cruise here.
Let's run it.
All right, so I'm going to share my screen for you, and let's hit some messages. All right, so we got kind of a cool update from Red Rock Resto. He's the one who we talked about his Datsun. I think he was the one looking at, he wasn't the 944 guy. He was just talking about his 280ZX.
No, he's got a 280Z that he's,
that's right.
Or ZX, that he's restoring.
That's so cool. But so I know that there's been some messages going back and forth about it. His latest message on it says he wanted to give us an update, which is cool. He's fairly sure the ECU is toast. He did manage to drive it for about a minute before the engine died. But he may have also found a parts car to source some parts from. So that's huge.
That's awesome.
So congrats, dude. Yeah. That's great to find. And then I haven't watched this yet, but he sent this video. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
What in
like
the
a
world?
Car?
The Helicron. It's at a land museum. That looks super sketchy. So for those listening, this is like an old like Model T looking thing with like a giant propeller on the front.
You know what it looks like? It looks like those what are those motorcycle cars that have like the two wheels in front and the one wheel in back?
Oh,
you know?
yeah. I know what you mean.
It looks like one of those with a big propeller on the front of it.
The
like
first comment, not sure I want to watch a bird hit the windshield.
Yeah. It wouldn't hit the windshield. Parts of it would.
Yeah, it would. You are the windshield now. So anyway, thank you for sending that in. Let me go back into the messages here. What else we got going on here? If you got a TikTok one, you can hop into pull some other ones open. Oh, this guy, real quick. So this guy, username Real Human. I should find the actual username, but whatever.
Definitely not a bot.
he had messaged in, and he was listening to the episode where we talk about the Mach-E and the STI RA. Made him think of a video he saw a few years ago. He thought he'd send it to us. So this is a Toyota endurance car switching from its electric drivetrain to its gas drivetrain. It sounds so cool. Let me copy the link. I'm going to send it to you. You got to listen to this thing.
Okay.
Because it sounds unreal.
All right. That looks insane.
It's so cool.
Oh,
isn't that sick? It's so violent.
Dude.
So cool. But anyway, thought that was sweet. And that's so cool. Like talking about the hybrid stuff. Obviously the STI RA, that's the electric concept. Those are all electric cars. But I know like Audi has done some stuff with that too. They had the TDI hybrid vehicle that they use for the Le Mans race and stuff. But that was cool. And then he sent another, same guy sent another chat after we did the episode where we made fun of Dodge, and we're like, how the heck is Dodge doing it with like the whole cafe thing where their average numbers have to meet somewhere for miles per gallon? And he had said, I thought this is interesting. I haven't fact checked this at all. I'm taking his word for it. The way Dodge was able to do the SRT10 Rams is because the PT Cruiser is technically classified as a pickup.
No way.
Yeah. So I'm like,
so that's how they could get away with the V10s in those?
Yeah, because supposedly, if that's true, because that had a little 2.4 liter turbocharged engine in it. Yep. So if it's that balancing out whatever the size of the freaking V10 is that they do. But anyway, thought that was cool. So thank you for sharing that and super appreciate it.
That's like have you seen that meme of like, my hands look like this, so her hands can look like this? That's what that is. It's like my engine sucks, so that his engine can look like this.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
We'll make that meme. Right.
So a lot of people too, we post some stuff on our story on Instagram. So that's at the Third Pedal Podcast. If you guys send some stuff in there, we post stuff on our story here and there, but send us messages. Same on everything else, all social. We're at Third Pedal Podcast. You send us clips, send us things like that. We'll definitely talk about it here on the air. But like I said, Tim, I super appreciate you sending in the BMW thing. We're going to save that for a future episode. We got some updates from Adam, who's got the Celica. He had some additional photos of it, which look really cool. I'll paste one of those in. Yeah, right.
If you guys remember me, we've been talking about you.
I know. It's like literally we've talked about you way more besides the episodes too. So keep it up, man. It's awesome. I like the did the sepia edit there. But but yeah, the car looks super nice, man. Keep it up. It's really it's rad to see you. I don't know, it's rad to see somebody your age like wrenching and getting into it. So
I love it.
Man. But anyway, that's kind of what we got from Instagram. It looks like. I hope I didn't miss anything. I don't know if you had another one on anything from TikTok you wanted to share here.
Let me. Well, so this is something interesting. So remember we did that. This was a make it or break it couple episodes back, guys. But it was the go-kart track where the guy did that flip.
We'll paste it in here so people can.
Did we get flagged for that one too, or
that one just got a soft like, hey,
don't do this at home.
Don't do this. Yeah.
Okay. So guys, the important thing to say, I guess here, please share if you like them. If you don't like them, don't share them. But if you like our TikToks, our videos, please share them with friends. Please get them out there because we're getting flagged left and right. Because we talk about stuff in the episode. I don't think it's that crazy. Right. Like we're not trying to be like shock factor and like show anything gross or whatever. We can absolutely find stuff like that. But
and apologies for everybody for the last. If you weren't ready for like on everywhere else, I hit it. I don't know why I made the decision on TikTok to show just a little hint of what happened to that dude's back for the Raptor.
Sender.
But it was cool to see like that. So like that was the most flagged we've gotten a video. It got the actual like eye blurred thing. Are you sure you want to watch this? You guys still like 14,000 of you still watched it, which is crazy. Which is awesome. So yeah, like Zach's saying, if you like it, keep sharing it because it's kind of cool that it's flagged, but naturally like we all,
you guys,
we're not trying to like glorify or look at like, oh, the guts, the shock, whatever. But it's just like, hey, this truck thing happened. And this is the reality of what can happen with motorsports. It keeps everybody humble. It keeps everybody responsible. But I thought that was really funny. But anyway, sorry, I derailed what you were saying. I just thought that was a funny
good.
thing.
I'm going to share this with you, I think, because we don't need audio for it. So if you remember that go-kart track one, he said, hey, this is a different angle. I don't know if you saw this.
Are you
this
serious?
Is another angle of that same video. I know. So, all right. So it's muted. So we'll just see it. So there's first hit and up and
dude,
I remember that's much more.
He gives a thumbs up. Did you see that?
No, really?
Go back to it. Okay, his leg hits so hard too.
Sorry, I don't mean to keep pausing it in here.
Watch him. As soon as the dude comes over, he gives a thumbs up. Oh.
He's out. And
watch, ready? Bing.
Which one gives the thumbs up? I didn't see it.
I thought leg floppy guy did. Yeah, I thought right when the dude comes up, it looks like he does this. He might be shit. He might be just like, help. I could be misreading it. It looks like right there.
Yeah, he's right.
he's like, put me in, coach.
Like, I'm all good. Okay, we'll play it again.
One more time.
That's wild. Okay, one more time.
Wow.
Here we go. Ready?
Which leg is it?
It was at this moment he realized he messed up. Come on.
Like it's his right leg that swings around. Ouch, dude. Yeah. That's crazy. But anyway, that puts us at the end of this week's episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please,
thanks for joining us.
We're both wearing our shirts and everything. Again, we got this is my garage shirt. Mine's starting to get dirty, so that's fun. But I
got a little bit of pasta sauce on mine. I know that's not the ideal thing.
It's embarrassing. Just say it's blood from a really big project, dude. Why did you spoil it?
That's what I meant.
That's what it's
my
blood,
term.
Honestly.
That's my term.
That's my term. I just call my blood pasta sauce. It's fine. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. If you guys find some content, thank you for sharing it with us. Please post that in. That's so freaking cool to me that somebody sent in a different angle of something that we posted.
Yeah.
But keep sharing stuff. Thank you guys for being a part of this. Hope you have a great week. We'll see you next time.
Peace.